Hey everybody, welcome back to BrickVault. My name is David and today I will be showing you a brand new addition to the BrickVault collection. Andor fans, which there are probably many among you guys, will instantly recognize this TIE variant. This has been requested probably the most when the new season launched. This is the TIE Avenger by designer BrickHorizon, a new builder joining BrickVault. If you haven't watched Andor, firstly I highly recommend you do, but let me explain quickly what this TIE is all about. It was seen in the first half of season 2 where Cassian Andor stole it from an Imperial facility. The TIE stands out because it is the newest of the new in terms of tech, and if I'm not mistaken it's also a type of prototype. That's why Cassian visibly struggled with keeping the TIE in the air and even getting it in the air in the first place. The TIE has space for a pilot but also for a crew in a compartment behind the cockpit. It features quite a wide array of weaponry and also has a hyperdrive, making it independent from larger capital ships. This model by BrickHorizon has 2,522 pieces and features all of the above as well. The pieces will set you back around 200 to 250 USD, and if you want to build this model for yourself, you can find the building instructions and parts list on our website brickvault.toys, where you can find a quite big collection of awesome instructions from Star Wars, Star Trek, Horizon and many other themes. Thanks to the incredible designers we work with like BrickHorizon, we can get you new builds almost every week, testing out the models we sell instructions for in real life, so you can see how it performs in the real world compared to the computer where it was designed. With every purchase, our designers get a kickback and we can keep the lights on so you don't have to watch our videos in the dark. So that's brickvault.toys, or follow the first link in the video description, and back to the video. Ever since we first saw the TIE in the trailer of the new season, everyone was going crazy over it. It's not super frequent we get a new TIE variant, and when we do, they rarely look as cool as this one. Logically, there was a big uprising of MOCS of it out on the internet almost immediately after the trailer's release. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of very good renditions out there, but when I first saw the model by BrickHorizon, I knew this will be the one. Let's start with the dimensions. This model is 43 cm long, 22 cm tall and 24 cm wide, so you get a better idea of the size, because I know you wouldn't otherwise. Here is a hazelnut next to it. The build itself is pretty straightforward without any major hiccups or frustrating sections. You first build the center section, then you build the stand to add the wings afterwards. The first thing I noticed, and the main reason why we wanted to add this to the store, is the design of the cockpit. This whole center section is much bigger than on your regular TIE fighter to accommodate a pilot and a crew, and the additional space leads to more and cooler ways of building up the different shapes. In the middle we still have the round cockpit glass, but left and right is built up a bit more than usual. The dark gray got integrated really nicely, and the light gray flower parts are actually just lights, if I remember correctly. The way this section is built up is really pleasing to the eye though, because of how the panels get angled around the cockpit area. I will say so much, it's a pretty unusual technique being used here, which I liked, and the result looks so good. The panels get angled on multiple angles and accurately recreate this area of the ship. The cockpit can be opened as well, but there's an alternate way to accessing the interior as well. Technically two alternate ways actually, we'll come to that. Let's finish up the exterior first. On the bottom, the green light is a heavy laser cannon, and that's one of the parts of this model that can come off relatively easily because it's only connected with one stud, especially if you're attaching or detaching the stand. Just something to keep in mind. Left and right there are laser miniguns that can be folded out, which is a cool attention to detail and just shows you why this new TIE is so popular among fans. It's absolutely loaded with weapons all over. Right behind the green laser is a slot for the stand to slot into. The stand is pretty straightforward and the model is pretty sturdy on the stand, but as you can see, there is some wobble involved here when I move the model around. That's because of the way the TIE sits on the stand, easily removable, and the wings are connected using axles, but the sheer size of the wings also doesn't help it be less wobbly. That's a trade-off you can't really prevent, but I think it's not that big of a deal, especially since it's pretty sturdy regardless, and it's not like you have to worry about anything falling apart when it wobbles like that. The back of the model has the thrusters, which have been recreated here using transparent transparent light blue pieces. You can also switch them out for grill tiles to show that the TIE Avenger is not flying currently. Also in the back is the access hatch that the pilot and crew use to enter and exit the vehicle. We can see this a lot in the first episodes of Andor Season 2. Now obviously this ship is landed for the crew to be able to enter and exit the TIE through this hatch, and that's what I think is probably the biggest downside of this model, and that is that it's not really possible to land it on its wings without any support under the belly. The way the wings are built don't quite support the full weight of the model. I think there is a way to make this work if you balance it correctly, but when I tried it broke on me, so I wouldn't recommend doing so. But for this we included a few transparent pieces that can slot into the space that the stand occupies otherwise, and that's enough to make it land. I have to give it to this model though, the wings do look really great. This TIE variant is especially tricky to get right because the inside of the model's wings are black like almost all other TIE variants, but the outside is really detailed with different shapes and lines and colors, so it's not really possible to do with snot here because obviously both sides of the brick would have been black. I think this is definitely a very good approach, and since the outside of the TIE Avenger's wings is elevated a bit from the rest of the wing, this is also the most accurate you can do. The wings are asymmetrical, meaning one side has different weapon arrays than the other side. Super interesting to see this minor asymmetry. We don't get that too often on TIEs. I like the way the insides of the wings look with the missiles and weapons in here. Again, this ship is fully loaded on the weapon side of things. If you count all individual weapons, you are way above 30 individual barrels, which is a little insane for a ship of this size. The interior of this model is best accessed through the roof. It is detachable and you can see inside is space for a pilot in a very cool built-up pilot seat. The pilot has a few controls in front of them, with a microphone piece being used here as well. In the back are two seats represented with the backrest in black, so quite some space for minifigs to be seated. Here you can also see how it looks when the bottom hatch is being opened. You can definitely fit a minifig through here as well. That's the all-new TIE Avenger for you. A very cool addition to our ever-growing TIE lineup. What do you think? Is this the coolest TIE out there? And if not, what do you think is the coolest TIE? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks everyone for watching. Please consider to leave a like if you enjoyed this week's look at a new MOC, joining our incredible collection, and maybe even subscribe to our channel to not miss out on future releases. Again, check out the instructions for this and our other models by clicking the link below. I promise you, you won't be disappointed, and I'll catch you in the next video here at BrickVault.